Yeah, so we got CB250 Honda, and this exhaust is attached right there, and that's the bracket. There's a bracket right there, and there's supposed to be a stud coming out from here. They're supposed to kind of line up the bracket like on this side. This one's a studs. You got two studs right here. This one is a stud, and so it looks supposed to look like that. So the other side came out, and it's been leaking from there. So I've been hearing a loud exhaust noise, and it was just being held by one of these bolts. This one right here. That was the only one holding it. So now these little things are supposed to be kind of to hold the exhaust with it, like a gasket or some type of flange. So I'm trying to put it back, and it's a bitch because I wish I had that stud to kind of help me guide it. So I'm just I've come up with a way of doing it. I'm just gonna take these little clamps and kind of glue them on this thing so that they stick on, so I can get some of these bolts in there. So I got a bolt that fits. That's one of them right there. That fits, and that one fits. So I got the washers on them, and we'll take it from there. All right. I'm gonna try plan B. Gonna put some of this grease here just to hold these washes so they can stay in place, so that when I put them up there they'll stick. This is bullshit. Good God, bitch. Ah, God damn. God damn. God damn. It's crazy. It's madness.
Despite his cautious nature, Rohit felt the army at last had a real chance of victory. The supreme commander of the Allied forces in France, General Maurice Gall, tanks. It was essentially a lightning armed scout attack. Panzer III was intended as Germany's main battle tank. It was expected to make up 75% of an armored division's strength. It was primarily designed as an anti-tank mode. It was equipped with the same anti-tank guns as all German tanks. Problems had developed when the Tank 350 were available at the beginning of the Russian offensive. The Panzer III had 6 small rogue wheels per side, each independently spun on a torsion bar. Very little of the suspension system was exposed to enemy weapons. However, difficulties with rough terrain allowed this type of suspension to be found in later models. In 1938, it was decided to upgrade the Panzer III's main gun to 50mm, but this new model was not ready when the offensive began. During the course of the campaign, 14 well-gunned Panzer IIIs were smashed. The Panzer IV was designed as an infantry support tank and equipped with a short, low-velocity gun firing high-explosive shells. It was designed to deal with enemy infantry and anti-tank guns. Its suspension system was a simple bogey arrangement using quarter-electrical springs. Though first developed in 1935, it wasn't until 1939 that the Panzer IV finally came off the production line. Though intended to make up 25% of an armored division's strength, the 278 tanks which fought in France constituted only 2% of total German armored strength. With gun changes, it was to be the mainstay of the Panzer Force throughout the war. The Panzer 38T was originally a Czech tank and had been the mainstay of the Czech army. An excellent, unarmored light tank, it came into German possession in the occupation of Czechoslovakia in 1939. Over 40 of the 38Ts took part in the Western offensive. In just 7 years, the German army had grown from 100,000, a figure permitted by Versailles Treaty, to a grand total of 3.5 million. Of these, 2.5 million would be committed to the Western offensive. A large percentage of German troops were also targeting branches, the police, and elsewhere. By May 1940,
Yeah, so I got it sitting correctly.
not a few
And though it's a little bit loose,
the earlier bloody
this side there's still a little bit of play.
they could now add their well-fought victories in Poland.
There's still a little bit of play with the washers, but it feels tight. I'm just gonna tighten this one up a little bit
The German soldier
and tighten this. I don't want to tighten this one too much, and I might end up breaking it. So I'm gonna tighten, but it feels tight. It's holding.
The German troops were well paid and received generous home pay, factors which further boosted their morale. Though discipline was strict, relations between the men and their officers were very good, and a strong spirit of cooperation was fostered throughout the army. Alongside the regular army, Germany would field 3 divisions of the Waffen SS,
All right, so we fixed that. Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. Yesterday I changed the oil, and I checked the oil. The oil is good. heard, it's still leaking a little bit. But the issue I've been having is that this engine is a replacement engine. So between the exhaust and between the engine and the exhaust manifold, the little crash washers there, and because I had to reuse the old ones, and the exhaust is not sitting very, it's cockeyed, so I'm having issues where that is not sealing correctly. That's how the crash washers look like. It's a crash washer, it's like a thing, and then the exhaust kind of pushes on it. And I have one in there, but I don't think it's functioning very well. Also, another issue I'm having is that I had used these straps to kind of brace the exhaust a little bit, but the problem with them is that they were pushing the exhaust up. So this thing has aftermarket exhaust, because in a CB250 there are little brackets that attach this exhaust to the swing arm right here, but this one doesn't, and this one's a Harley Davidson universal type mufflers. So when I pushed the muffler down and I tighten up the exhaust at the engine, the exhaust manifold at the engine, I reduced that leak a little bit. But so the mistake I was doing was, by using these straps to try to brace this, I was pulling it up, I was bringing it up this way, and which was kind of messing with our angle at the exhaust manifold, so that was making it leak. But now it's better than it was before, because at least now I got two bolts. One of the bolts was missing. This one was missing. That one was missing, and I was only left with this one. I can't make it too tight the way it is, because then I'll end up stripping the bolts to the engine, which I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna have to ride it like that for the time being. I mean, it's not perfect. This thing is not running perfectly. I might just have to use these straps to secure the exhaust manifold very lightly, just secure it where it's not vibrating too much. But I don't want to go too I can't go too tight with it, because then that changes my angle at the thing right there. And you see, this one is rubbing against, this one is rubbing against it's rubbing against something. It's rubbing against even this brake pedal. It's gonna hit it right there. But anyway, this is just a home tee bike. It's been sitting for many years. I just trying to get it running. I'm gonna have to secure this cable somehow so it doesn't rest against the engine. That's gonna get eaten up. It's just a home tee. It doesn't rest. It's gonna chafe, and the heat is gonna destroy it. Anyway, that's the main point. The bike is running. I hadn't been running for over 3-4 years. It's got issues, but it gets me from point A to point B, and that's what hey, like they said, it's paid for. But it's got some issues. I need to get in here and check the brakes, and maybe my front brake is okay. My rear brake probably needs adjustment. It's a drum brakes. And changed the oil yesterday. The oil was kind of dirty. I thought I had replaced the engine oil anyway. Like I said, this is a replacement engine. I got this engine from eBay. And hey, the bike runs. I'm not leaking anything. It's not leaking any oil. I got that exhaust leak, of course. And I need to come here and adjust this rear brake. And I think the adjustment is right here. I need to adjust the rear brake, and Actually, eventually I want to take off and get in there and see how the brakes are. Softly sprung, so those ones need probably need to be replaced. But so far so good, and I'm gonna get my saddlebag and put it here, so I'll have place where I can carry a few, at least my rain gear and my and a few pieces, a few tools. I always like having a few tools. I don't see me carrying anybody with this thing, so I don't think it's gonna affect anything. Even though I like the clean look of it, I don't want to put anything in the back, but I need a few tools. But I'm probably just gonna fit them in my tank bag. Yeah, so bike had 11,000 miles originally, but that's not the original engine. I mean, so far so good. I mean, you can still hear that exhaust leak, so that is still there. It's better than it was before, but you can see the exhaust leak is still there. The bike is not running 100%. I might have to get in here and rebuild the carburetor, and so far I'm just gonna ride it. Hey, just ride it for what it is, and take it, just ride it for how it is. At least I was able to secure those bolts, secure that exhaust manifold, and that helped a little bit. It's still loud, but I can knock on it. This bike has been sitting, so it's good to have it. It's good to have it running. I mean, just been sitting, gathering dust. You can see when I push when I get on the gas, it's a little bit of a hesitation. So there's some things that need to be done. But and the main thing also, the choke. You can see the choke is all pulled up. So I'm kind of running. I think I'm running very rich. So that's one thing I have to take care of. I have to figure out. I need to get in here and rebuild that, take apart that carburetor, and see what kind of needles I'm running. But the main issue was I don't want to mess with it, because last time I just stopped the carburetor from leaking. It was leaking before. When you shut off the bike, the carburetor will leak. So I just stopped. I had an issue with that, which I took care of. But so I'm not really much in the mood of getting in there and taking it apart again. So far it's not leaking. So that's what it is. It's like a home build. It's like it's a home tea. But sometimes that's all you need. I mean, hey, it works. I rode the other day. I did close to 70 miles on it. It wasn't bad, so I can knock on it. All right, I'm out. Take care.